Hello and welcome to Let's Get Tender, Money Conversations That Matter. I'm your host, Marlene Elizabeth. In these podcast episodes, you'll hear rich money conversations between myself and creative, passionate, entrepreneurial guests who share their inner challenges, their personal triumphs, and their inside tips and strategies so you can stop under-earning and start unfolding your financial potential in business and life. In today's episode, you'll meet award-winning author, speaker, and medium, Catherine Laub, who shares her powerful story, her passion, and her purpose behind the spiritual healing work that she does in the world. And she'll share her brave and resourceful ways of how she does business on a shoestring budget. Get ready for a tender money conversation and the inspirational hope for your life and financial future.
Welcome to Let's Get Tender, Money Conversations That Matter, a video podcast series with certified money coach Marlene Elizabeth, with amazing weekly guests who share their inner challenges, personal triumphs, and inside tips and strategies so you can prosper, lead, and love bravely in business and life. So get comfy and get ready to grow money wings.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Marlene Elizabeth. I'm the founder and author of Money Wings. I'm a certified money coach and mompreneur. And I'm so excited to be having a money conversation today with Catherine Laub. Welcome, Catherine. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
Hi, Marlene. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're very welcome. And you're calling in from New York today. Is that correct?
Yes, I am. Yes, it is.
I love it. Love the East Coast. Well, Catherine, before we dive in today, I just want to share with everyone a little bit about your story and your background. So Catherine helps people gain the knowledge they are seeking to begin or continue on their spiritual journey. And she's supportive of those who are suffering with mental illness. She's the host of the Celestial Spoon radio show on RHG TV network. And she's the co-author in 13 books. Wow. She's combined all these stories into one book, and that book became the winner of the 2018 Indie Author Legacy Award in Health and Wellness. Yay, Catherine!
Yay! You can see it. It's hard to see because it's clear.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And do you have the book? What was the book that you...
Yes, I have the book. Journey of Angelic Healing, Stories to Feed Your Soul.
Catherine, that is beautiful. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. It was quite an excitement and a big surprise.
Oh, I want to share also that you're a member of several organizations, including the International Association of Angel Practitioners. So there's an actual association. It's the world's first and only organization for this particular profession. You're also a member of the National Association of Professional Women and a member of the Women's Prosperity Network. I love it. And through the Women's Prosperity Network, you became a certified speaker. So love it. And, you know, I was peeking around on your website and I noticed that you have this quote. I want to read it. I just love it. It says, "I've fallen, cried, been angry and afraid, but even when I was hurting, I always found a way to keep going. A strong woman never gives up." Thank you so much, Catherine, again for being here today. Yay.
Thank you. And that is the biggest part of my message, is that you always have to get up.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I love the fact that you're a part of all these associations as well, because it sounds like, you know, just knowing that we really need that support. as we build our businesses and as we, even step into our areas that kind of can be not such a comfortable space for us. It's wonderful to have that support of other women who have maybe blazed that trail before us and can offer a helping hand and tips and suggestions and just even support along the way. So I love that.
Yes. It's exciting because you get to meet so many different people in different walks of life, and we all support each other.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. Well, as we dive into this money conversation together, one of the questions I love to ask each one of my guests is, what is your earliest memory of money?
So that was as a teenager. I started working in a local store, and I was a cashier. And my father taught me that when you're working with money, you should make sure the bills are all facing in the same direction. It helps you keep track and let people know you're serious about money.
I love it. I love that. Yes. I remember one time listening to Susie Orman, and I remember her saying, one of the first steps of getting nice and close and intimate with your money is look in your wallet and see how you actually have it in your wallet. Is it all kind of crunched up, or is it nice and organized and the bills, nice and order? I mean, it really does kind of demonstrate the sense of kind of respect, that we have and care for our money, which really is a very powerful tool for us and a reflection of how we actually just care for all the things in our life, really.
Right, right.
So this money memory is beautiful. And let me ask you this, Catherine, have you found that you have had like a limiting money belief that you've kind of wrestled with, that you found that prevented you from reaching your financial goals or kind of created stress in your relationship to money?
Throughout my business, I've really struggled financially, and I've learned that people say it takes money to make money, and I'm finding that to be true in my case.
Absolutely. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's been a struggle, and it's hard to figure, well, where can I work without applying the money first?
Right, right. So it's a matter of getting creative. So like, let's just say where it is true, it takes a bit of an investment, which kind of reflects our commitment to something we're starting, right? And it takes resources to start a business. So in that way, it takes money to make money, but it takes resources to make money. So there's ways we can get creative in gathering the resources we need to get started. So very true, very true. So sometimes if we maybe look at that and say, well, gosh, I don't have any money, so how am I going to start my business? You're right. That could be kind of a limiting belief, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it has been very hard for me because my only income has been disability. And I'm trying to move forward to be self-sufficient. So whatever I can learn from you would be a great help.
Well, let me ask you, Catherine, have you found, I like to call them brave steps, on my book, Money Wings, is unfolding your financial potential, one brave feather at a time, because I believe in taking very small steps to create big change in your life. And so have you found that you've been able to kind of find any brave steps around this challenge that you find, or?
Not yet. The biggest thing I'm trying is reaching out on social media and letting people know what I do, and word of mouth.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so, do you actually have a business that's like a coaching style business? What's your business model?
Yes. So I started as doing angel communication, and it advanced to psychic readings. So what I want to do is coach people that are struggling with mental illness in a spiritual and self-help manner. And right now it's really needed because of all the suicides that so many celebrities are not doing well. So using my story of an attempt, I am spreading the word and hopefully get to stand on stages and share my story.
And so what have you found? So in what way do you create your revenue for your business? Do you do coaching with people, or how do
Well,
you?
that would be coaching. I have not had a revenue since 2013. It's just scattered.
Oh, I see. Okay, so your main you're saying that your main source of income would be your disability that you receive.
Yes,
I
yes,
see. Okay. And do you come from a two-person household of income, or is it just, are
yes.
you?
My
Oh,
husband supports the house and all of the bills and everything, and then my disability pays for my health insurance and my prior bills.
okay. Okay. So your husband's income kind of takes care of all the basics, and then everything
Mm-hmm.
that you bring in is maybe um, a resource that you can apply to your business and business expenses and
Right,
such. Okay, great.
right.
And so, but what you find is that your business is a little bit more of a roller coaster where the income comes in and then it doesn't come in, and okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And honestly, I know that when I do money coaching and also business coaching for new and aspiring female entrepreneurs, I find that that's often the case, is that one of the focus, well, one of the goals that we focus on is getting off of the roller coaster cycle of income coming in and then these long stretches like these droughts. And we really try to shift it into sustainable income so that we're kind of more of a staircase. We kind of can go like this and then up and this and up. Yeah. So I do a lot of coaching and training on that. But I'm just curious with your situation, Catherine, because I think what you're doing is so important. You're absolutely right. Being able to tap into spiritual healing for folks, and really being able to connect that way is so important. So what you're doing is yeah, and you're able to also connect with people who have felt such a sense of despair and hopelessness that they sometimes even consider taking their life, right?
Right. And finances would be one of those reasons why people would want to take their life because they don't have finances.
Right. So, Catherine, can you share maybe some brave steps that you took to, wow, go from that place of despair? And, you obviously made a choice to keep living, right?
Well, I actually had an attempt, and my husband held me down for a while, and then he called 911 to take me to the hospital. And from there, I just kept on doing a lot of positive thinking and affirmations, listening to uplifting music, and looking at everything in a positive view instead of, like, for example, needing money. Well, I don't have money, so I'm not going to do anything. No, I take whatever money I can and I do invest it like I have to pay to do my podcast. So I invest it to look to the future. And I let people know that there is a future. And when you make sure that you put yourself first, things will start flowing. So I'm not worried about not having money because I know it will come.
Yes, well, and being connected, especially in the work you do as as a person that connects people to a spiritual realm, right? Um, and really understanding money through a spiritual lens, and one of those principles being that it's abundant, that money is simply a tool, and it's abundant, and it's something that we can tap into, and oftentimes it's about getting through our money blocks where that we struggle with, whatever those limiting beliefs may be, and limiting beliefs are as unique as each one of us as individuals, and so we have all kinds of limiting beliefs, but you have a particular power in the fact that you really connect and reach out and network with people, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I network with people and I just put myself out there. If somebody needs to talk, then I'm here to talk. And like I said, I'm not worried about it. I do have my husband supporting me, but I still want to be self-sufficient and be able to help people in a better way than I am now.
Sure. And it takes, I always say it takes courage even to step into entrepreneurship. It's,
Yes.
to shift out of, let's say, a 9 to 5 um, position. And I always encourage people, if they do decide to become an entrepreneur, to kind of keep their 9 to 5 job and slowly, step by step, shift into the world of entrepreneurism, because it's definitely a mindset shift. It really is. And so I think that takes courage in what you've done, and just stepping into getting certified and being able to help people. Yeah, so I applaud you for that. And look at this incredible award too that you received. That's fantastic for your book.
Yes. Thank you. There were 800 people and 800 books that they read, and I was one of 20 winners.
Oh my goodness, Catherine, that is phenomenal. That is fantastic. And are you a paid speaker as well?
No, that's my goal.
Okay, so
I would like to be a paid.
got
I'd
it.
like
Okay.
to be a paid speaker, yes.
Okay, I see. So you're certified as a speaker, and you're getting that off the ground as well as a also another added revenue stream. And of course, being a
Right.
winner of this award and having this book, it's a powerful way to open the doors. In fact, I always encourage women
Right.
who are in business, when they can. I know it's a lot, but to maybe even just keep a journal, and eventually to publish a book, because it's a wonderful way to introduce people to your work and to open doors. It definitely creates opportunities.
Yes. And there's so many wonderful books out there, and the women in this award dinner, they were so inspiring.
Oh, that's wonderful. And Catherine, how long have you been in business?
5 years.
Okay, so you're still you're new in business still, right? I mean, you're
Yes.
still, yeah, it's still growing its legs,
It's
and
evolving.
it's
Hmm.
evolving, yes. And so what I would love to know from you is, since you've been in business for these 5 years, is there any particular lesson that you've learned, you know, being and running your business, being a business owner and running your business, anything in that way that you've been able to apply to your relationship to money?
I do a lot of conferences and I spend my money that way, but then I don't apply what I learned. So the biggest thing is, don't spend that money until you follow through with your first conference.
Ah, okay. I see. Right, right. So that's a really great tip, because we can really get excited about investing in all these different programs or conferences. Sometimes it can be training programs, conferences, whatnot. And we're just letting the money go out, but we're not actually, yeah, applying it to our business. And yeah, I think that's a great tip, because a lot of times that's actually
Yes.
kind of sets us up sometimes for overwhelm even. And then that kind of reinforces sometimes maybe some discouragement, because we wonder why we're not making forward progress. But yeah, that's a great tip, because yeah, first take that one brave step at a time. First, invest in that one conference, apply, because there's so much that comes from just attending one conference.
Yes.
Right? One of the sayings is the fortune is in the follow-up. So we meet all these folks from a conference, just following up and cultivating those relationships. That right in that is a load of wealth. I mean, there's so much richness in developing relationships with the people we meet at these conferences, and you just never know what right opportunities open up. I love that. I love that tip. And what would you say that you wish, as we kind of wrap up here, because we are running out of time, but what would you say would be the one thing that you wish you would have known about money when you first started out in business? You know, something you know now that you wish you would have known then when you first started out.
To not spend it on everything. Budget your money.
It's kind of reminds me of that, like shiny object syndrome, right? Where we kind of, right? We see something and we want it right away, but instead having a plan, having a spending plan, or even having a business plan, having a plan in place, that really serves us and helps us to operate at a sustainable level in our businesses. Wonderful. Well, Catherine, I've really enjoyed talking with you today. And if people would like to continue this conversation with you and learn a little bit more about what you do, where can they find you?
They can find me on my website, which is catherinemlaub.com, and that's CATHERINEMLAUB.com. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Catherine, so much. I've really enjoyed this time to learn and grow in my own relationship to money and just chatting with you. And again, I just love what you do. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me today.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it too.
Entrepreneurship isn't for everyone, but if you have an inkling of interest in the subject or have a sneaking suspicion that you just might be an entrepreneur at heart, then what I'm about to share is for you. So my journey as an entrepreneur, it began 7 years ago when I took my daughter to a craft fair. Just before we exited the show, my eyes spotted some really beautiful jewelry, sparkling high-end jewelry in the corner. And you know, I didn't even wear jewelry at the time, but it was just so beautiful. So I explained to my little one, she was 4 at the time, Mommy's just gonna go take a quick peek. Well, when I saw the jewelry up close, I discovered the brand name looked really familiar, but I just couldn't place where I'd seen it before. And actually, to this day, it still remains a mystery. But I was so attracted to the brand and the whole product, especially when I learned that the founder of the jewelry business had a dream that echoed my own. And that was to have a business that would allow her to be at home with her children. She realized that selling jewelry could empower other women as well to build a business of their own. And so she was really a pioneer. And so an hour later, after my preschooler finally succeeded in tugging me away, I had happily invested in starting my very own first business as a jewelry consultant. Within 3 months, I'd built a team of 5 women to join me in this jewelry world of business that recorded over $125 million and had over 40,000 business consultants nationwide. So when I started in business, entrepreneurship just felt like the right fit for me. I followed my instinct and I trusted myself enough to take a leap of faith into work that really gives me tremendous joy, regardless of the challenges. And there are challenges, but ultimately it really gives me this joy as I travel the road that is not sometimes very popular. 7 years later, when I learned that my brain is indeed naturally wired as an innovator for entrepreneurship, the scales fell off my eyes. It really revealed a powerful confirmation for me that I was right where I was meant to be. And it also explained why I always felt really miserable working in 9-to-5 jobs, and really also terribly misunderstood when others just couldn't understand why I'd risk leaving a steady paycheck with benefits. And there were times, frankly, when I wondered, was there something wrong with me too? But deep in my heart, I knew that anything less than running my own business really gave me that awful feeling of settling. And that's really something that innovators are not built to do at all. So understanding my own unique gifts really powerfully equipped me to maximize my efforts to financially succeed as an entrepreneur. And it will do the same for you. So after swimming in these waters for 3 solid years now, as a coach, the 3 most valuable secrets that I wish I would have known when I first started on this journey are tips that I like to share with every new and aspiring female entrepreneur considering this path. And so here they are. So number 1, there truly is a right way and a wrong way of starting an online business. This one piece of advice alone will not only save you tons of precious time and money, but it also will beautifully and powerfully position you for success right from the beginning, which really is the least that you deserve for the faith and courage that it takes to bloom and shine as an entrepreneur. The second tip is this, that there is a learning curve, and so it's important to expect it and also to plan for it. The most successful businesses can make online entrepreneurship look really, really easy, but the truth is, learning how to make money online, it does take time and practice, and you can learn the system. But it requires a spirit of patience and even a spirit of celebration that you are daring to grow beyond your comfort zone. That type of spirit will also help lower the frustration and also the comparison-itis that sometimes creeps in and leads women to give up just before their business is about to take flight. And here's the third tip, and this was a biggie for me. Success requires support. Now, after lesson 1 and 2 that I learned, that I've just shared with you, this secret alone can be the most challenging for strong, self-reliant, and independent women like me and possibly maybe you. And yet, this is it's really been one of the most rewarding benefits that I didn't expect to experience when I first set out on my entrepreneurial adventure. Unfolding my financial potential, it really required me to allow myself the gift of being supported, and it really added strength for my wings to fly. There are many, many mentors that I'm so grateful for, and so many people that have supported me. And so on this journey, I do recommend seeking one-on-one private coaching rather than group coaching, if at all possible. I really learned the hard way that I would have spent less money and time in the long run with faster results if I had worked with this experienced private coach one-on-one right from the start. I share that from the bottom of my heart. Most of all, there's just never been a better time to be a female entrepreneur in business online right now today. So I ask you, what's the next step that you need to take to thrive in your business as an entrepreneur? I love this quote, and I'll close with this beautiful quote from Cody Sanchez. She's a very successful investor, and she says, life is about moments. The moment you find your passion, the moment you decide to follow it, and the moment you realize you can actually make money doing it. For more inspiration and coaching around unfolding your financial potential, one brave feather at a time, I'd like to offer you a gift of downloading a free chapter from my book, Money Wings, and you can find that at moneywingsthebook.com. Or you can schedule a free money coaching session with me anytime at www.meetwithmarlene.com. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time for the next episode of Let's Get Tender.